know. First off, I know it's not because I tried both yesterday. Um, but I was going through spiritual warfare. I'm sure you probably could tell, those of you with an eye to see, because God, I look awful. And it was like a success for me. And I didn't do it by myself. But it was a success for me because um, it attacked my divine masculine energy confidence. Okay? Because my divine masculine energy be outside. My divine masculine energy got something to say. Gonna say what it needs to say when it needs to say it. But the confidence was attacked. And the way that they attacked my confidence, I just noticed this, but the way they always put me back in my box or sit me the fuck down or humble me is they take away my ability to see my beauty. I'm not playing. Um, and this is a confession. It's a confession. I never thought that it was bad because I don't think that I'm the prettiest motherfucker out here. Um, I've never felt that way. So I never felt like I needed to be humble. I felt like I was appreciative that it could have been worse. I'm thankful that I like what I see, that I usually like what I see with nothing at all, but I also love to be creative on the canvas that is me. But a lot of my confidence, yeah, it came from words, but I didn't care so much about the words as I did my ability to really sit in a room and say nothing and still be welcome. Um, I don't know, but anyway, superficial. What do they call it? Superficial. Yeah, but not with other people, just with me. If I look ugly, then I felt like I should feel ugly, but a lot of times I didn't know, like, what have I done to act ugly? What am I doing to look ugly? Like, I feel like people that look really, really ugly, they are acting very ugly. And I would try, like, endlessly to try to figure out what it was, because a lot of times when I'm angry, I look even prettier. So I'm like, well, what is this? What is this that attacks my looks? Um, but that's a way that they try to humble you. Okay, because you could be somebody that could be typically easy on the eyes, and I'm not where I'm supposed to be at. I'm still, it gets better. It really do. I could be tired, but I don't think so. I think I'm tired of the bullshit. I think I'm tired of, because I'm becoming aware of so much now and how spiritual warfare plays out. And that tires me out. It makes me angry. Um, but actually, like, I'm still going through a transformation. So I'm still crip walking right now. And every time I say I'm done crip walking, I feel like God be like, keep going. Many men wish death upon me. Blood in my eye, dog, and I can't see. I'm just trying to be what I'm destined to be. And niggas try to take my life away. Literally, you could be a male or a female. But I feel like if you resonate with this, it's likely that the biggest thing that they do to try to humble you is hit your confidence. And I'm not just talking about the they as an entity. Okay, I'm not even just talking about the minions who know not what they do, but they work for that entity. They think like that entity. They project like that entity. They self-depreciate and then, spit that shit out on you. Um, they. I ain't just talking about them. I'm talking about people who are supposed to be your friends, your man, your woman, your children, your parents. I'm talking about your family members. I'm talking about your best friends. Um, I'm talking about those people that do it mentally. They do it mentally because they want to take you down a notch. because they think it's their job to keep you humble, because you could be the one that was, they like, you could just be the one in the family. They just think you're different. Maybe it's how you look. Maybe it's how you walk. Maybe it's how tall you are, how short you are, how thick you are, how slim you are. Maybe it's your booty. Maybe it's your tits. Maybe it's your pockets. Maybe it's your abilities. Maybe it's the way your mind works. Maybe it's how your mouth speaks. Maybe it's your lips. Maybe it's your nose. Maybe it's all these things that make up who you are. Okay, all these little facets of you that you have a lot of envy and jealousy attached to. And if they have those attachments to it, then they usually are the ones that probably compliment you on it the most, or they give the most attention to it. But at one point, or at some points, because people are passive aggressive all the fucking time, they are connecting a chord in, which is an appreciation and admiration of who you are. But the moment that you move in a way they don't want you to, or the moment that you make them feel less than you, or the moment that you do something to uplift yourself or to bring yourself to another level that they aren't at yet, that cord that they stuck in you with appreciation and admiration, they turn it to hatred. It's like they try to snatch it back, but they don't try to snatch back what they said good to you. They try to snatch back all the good that you ever knew yourself to be. That's why I don't fuck around with these people. And you'll stop playing with them too when you really be ready for life to change, or when they really try to change your life in a way that you know ain't never going to be right. It's never going to be that way. You're never going to have that life. They can kiss your fucking ass. Somebody's divine masculine doesn't want you to... I'm going to get to the cards, but I still got more to channel. Someone's divine masculine, you must be a divine feminine. And you are under attack quite a bit. And you've seen the worst of this masculine. You know what they could do. Honestly, this is someone who may disclose themselves to you, or their heart wants to. So spirit discloses what they've done to you, so that they can correct or confront those issues. And you have a divine masculine that is doing that for you. Some of you do. And this divine masculine does not want you to forget, because you're getting ready to ascend. You're getting ready to ascend. And you're getting ready to go back. You're getting ready to go. It's going back to a time period where you guys were just face to face, eye to eye. But whatever happened in life, you went through spiritual warfare, which pushes you. Spiritual warfare is for your benefit, even though it feels like it's to your detriment. If you are truly going through spiritual... Now, sometimes it's not spiritual warfare. Sometimes you're doing this to yourself. Sometimes it's self-sabotage. But the way that your life plays out, the experience that you get to live, and the reason I say experience that you get to live, it's like I can't even... One day, that's another thing too, is I know society. And I don't know if it comes from my religious upbringing, but pretty much, as women, we were taught to be silent. There's a scripture in the Bible that says something like that. And we were taught to obey it for the most part. We speak when we feel like, when we have the opportunity, because we've been given the platform, okay? In my life, outside of the Kingdom Hall, I probably would have kept a whole lot of stuff to myself, because I was raised to be that way. And especially if you take away my pretty factor, then in my opinion, I should just be quiet and sweet. And I think that's like, it comes from society. It's a warped sense of, but it's the way my mind works too. When I see somebody looking a hot ass mess and they're ranting and raving, I literally be like, okay, I get it, but I just need you to sit down and take care of yourself first. And then maybe I could take you seriously. But right now, you just look like a crazy person. So I can't, So I have played that crazy person before, but never when I'm literally looking a fucking mess, like when I'm going through true spiritual warfare, because I look too bad. I have to be mild tempered. I have to really truly not care. And attacking how I look, how I'm able to see myself, that was like I was confronting a big fear that I was just have to shut up if I couldn't see myself and I didn't feel confident, that I would just have to hold in and allow whatever was happening to me to continue to happen to me. Because spiritual warfare will tire you out to the point that you can't do the things to put on the confidence. Like to do the things that would give you the confidence. You can't put no lashes on. You can't put your makeup on. It's like, it's just, everything is exhausting. And it's really like God is allowing this to happen to you because not only do you need to see these people who would want this for you, not only do you have to see the people who are attacking you, but you have to also know the thoughts that you have out there, because that's how they attach and that's how they pull and like snatch back, but not just theirs, but they can take yours too, your confidence away from you. And the reason is because you have those buttons that are activated, and it comes from society. We're downloaded with it. We're downloaded with it. The darker your skin, the uglier you are. This is not what I believe, but this is what society gives us. The nappier your hair, the more you need to care. You really need to do something with it. Fat is whack. Slim is in always. Even if you think there will be no, like, you have, there's so many things that you have to like maneuver and work your way around to love yourself. Like, people don't understand the work that people do to love themselves. It's not that people don't see their imperfections. It's not that people don't know what society's idealized viewpoint of them would be. Okay, some people will do what they want to embody their fullest potential of self, and some people just do it for whatever society wants to accept. Okay, usually those are the people that just look like they're completely fake, and usually they are. They're doing it for show, they're doing it for clout, they're doing it for other people. When you do it for yourself, it has a whole different effect. And then you truly are that person in the inside. So you are really welcome, well, when you actually step out as yourself and you put your best foot forward. So, but those things that you think about yourself, they're still active unless you face them and replace them with confidence. Like, even if the worst case scenario of me was a reality, I still deserve to be seen. I still deserve to have a place. I still deserve to say what I want to. I still deserve to love myself. I still deserve to feel good about myself. So I know that there are people who really do struggle with those issues, and maybe you were born with some of those issues, and you have people that literally hope that for you. They use that against you. You have to learn to embrace yourself. But then there's some of you that you know good and goddamn well that those days is so few in between all of the days that you get to see the real you and you know who the fuck you are. Then you need to know that these motherfuckers is hateful as fuck. Do you understand? They're hateful as fuck. The days, the moments that you have insecurity, they pray for you to continue with that. For some of them, they pray that because you are easily moldable, you are down on the ground, so it's like if they're on the mid-level and you're usually up here, they can't stand you when you're up here. But when you come here, it's like, okay, but then they need to monitor you so that you don't take a step up anymore. If you hit the floor though, oh God, they just love you. Oh God, they just love you. They love you, they love you, they love you. They love that low-hanging fruit. They love to get you off the ground because it's cheaper. It's cheaper to gain access to you. They don't got to do no work on themselves. They can be a whole ugly human being inside, but because they looking decent, because they attacked you and knocked you down on the floor, or because they rejoiced and got so elated off of the fact that you weren't where you were supposed to be, you look up and they're shining and you like, Okay, that's good for you. Man, I'm just, I don't know what's going on with me today. And they like, oh, I don't know. But this is where you should stay. This is where I always wanted to see you. Anyway, you gotta confront your worst fears. You gotta stare it in the face and replace it with I don't give a fuck. That's really what you have to do. Okay, so let's get into these cards, okay, y'all? Because let me see, any more downloads? I don't know, but we're gonna get a little bit about that divine masculine. Because I'll tell you, when I get pissed off, I think I do, that's weird. I don't pay attention to bitches much. Because bitches always, they catty and they hateful and they try to tear down everybody. They tear down themselves. And so if you think that they're not going to tear down themselves and tear down another woman that they're talking to, you think they're not going to turn around and tear you down? They sure will. That's why I don't really prefer women. I like to be in my feminine energy by myself. When I be around a lot of feminines, I feel like I need to be in my masculine energy because we need some masculine energy. We need a fucking man in the building. Because these hoes be getting wild and out of control and they too goddamn emotional and they always pick me, and they want to be seen as draining. I really prefer this to sit in the background. Now, if I got my man, I'm going to show off. Watch me pop off for my boo, okay? Watch me do that shit. Watch me do that shit. And you know what? I guess that's what could confuse me with somebody that only comes alive because they have a man in their life. No, my masculine energy is a force to fucking be reckoned with. It's been confused as my whole entire life, really. I have attracted women, not just men, but women are attracted to me because I know what they like. I know what they need. I'm a fucking female to my fucking core. So when I'm in my masculine energy, I treat women the way I feel like, well, I used to. Now I'm like, no, I'm a woman too, but I'm just not about to care about all this shit that you're going to be going through and that you're going to be wanting to talk about and all of this. So I stay in my masculine energy because otherwise, a lot of these women, they be trying to run you, and then we got an issue because I will fuck you up. You don't know me like people don't know me. I have so many facets to my personality. Y'all don't even know me, and I have shown y'all, I don't know, quite a bit, I guess. Maybe not. I be trying to be smooth, less of me, more spirit, so you get what you need. But maybe I'll start showing more of myself. I'm tired of being less for people. And I'm tired of not being around people because they can't deal with my less. I be giving them less. They can't deal with my less. They can't deal with my medium. They can't deal with my more. Like, I can't have a happy day or a really good day where I fully fulfill myself and then it don't make the other people act a goddamn fool or lose their sense of, oh, now they all pessimistic or they all irritated or oh, you so much. Oh, wow, you did all that. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What do you mean did all of that? I don't have no makeup on. I don't have no lashes on. I don't have anything extra on. I got on earrings and a fucking outfit. Clothes that are just sitting up in the closet or some of them are just folded on my fucking organizer. Like, well, thrown in my organizer. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I got clothes that's just thrown in my organizer. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, okay, that skirt goes with that shirt. Let's just pop it on and let's go. But it'd be a big deal. I've literally, I have done myself down so much, y'all. Oh my God, I think I need to talk. That's what it Oh, because the other thing, okay, I'm just quiet. That's weird. I never saw myself as quiet. I talk to God more than I do to people because I don't like them that much. I don't like them that much. It's the way that I grew up. I can't stop it. I always have to connect with God. And a lot of people don't be reaching for God. But I have to do it daily. I didn't realize that I was still doing that. And that's not what that is not what the majority of people do. Divine feminine and masculine, either you were taught to, you were conditioned to, but I may be resonating with you because you didn't even know that you was doing that. But when you talk to yourself When you talk to yourself, you get in tune with your highest self. Because if you start talking to yourself and then yourself start talking real wild and crazy to you, bullshit, you're going to see right through it. You're going to be like, okay, what the fuck? Let me do something to get myself together, because that is not how my day is about to go. That's not really how I feel. And no, we're not going to do that. Unless you really is crazy. Then you just going to run with that shit and go with it. But otherwise, you're going to be like, let me get my shit together first off. Okay. And then you get to talking to your higher self. And when you're up there, you're going to hear the voice of God clear. Okay. I was conditioned to do that from childhood, infancy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I was, it's a cult. We couldn't even deal with other family members that didn't go to the Kingdom Hall. So everybody around me did this. Because my family was like, I know it's a lot of Jehovah's Witness families, and they be like, it's not no code. I don't know what you're talking about. Girl, then you didn't get brainwashed. You wasn't really reading them books. You really wasn't reading that Bible. You really wasn't listening. You wasn't really in the, you were in the gym, but you was not shooting. You was not shooting that ball with us, because I promise you, it's no way you can survive it and feel good about yourself unless you dive all the way in and do what you're supposed to do. Because God is always watching you. So literally, this is me connecting with God daily. So people, when they come and they want to talk about, oh, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't resonate. It's not that I don't know that that's a possibility, but I've already talked to God, and God has given me all this clarity. But when I try to give this clarity to people, it's like, oh, you think you know everything, or you just all got it all together. You just got it all figured out. No, I don't. I just figured it out with you, because I never even thought about that, but that's a real issue. So I just tapped into God to see what he would say about it. And I'm just like, yeah, let's talk about this is why I don't know. I just was not made. It's like I'm made for the people, but not made for the people. Oh my God, this is crazy. But I would not talk, because that's the other thing I was going to say. Attack my confidence, make me ugly, make me feel ugly, and humble me. And okay, I'll just wait, because I don't know what I did, and I don't know if it's something that I need to take care of, but I'll always figure it out. And this is always temporary, and I'll just keep checking the mirror and, relaxing. Maybe I'm tired. I just be like, oh, okay, maybe I should sit down. Maybe I'm tired. People want you to be tired. If you have a platform and you be talking the truth, or if you just a real ass nigga and the people that you surround yourself with, you always popping off and telling the truth, or you speak the truth about yourself, you don't care. Like, that people be jealous and envious of you, but you gonna toot your horn if you fucking want to. Man, when I tell you, they be wishing, praying. Oh, if they ain't look good, they wouldn't be able to talk like that. They wouldn't get that opportunity if they didn't look so good. They'd be cursing you. Cursing you. And it's all in the effort to shut you the fuck up. They want you to shut up. They want you to sit down. Me, I'd be like, oh, okay, maybe I should. Maybe that's good for me. I'll just sit down. And usually it'd be, if God allowed it to happen to you, yeah. It's not that you have to. You could literally take your energy back, but you would have to confront that fear, because you've already been under attack. So you can sit up and say what you need to say, or you can just relax. And usually I would just choose to dial back. But people thought, oh, look, it worked, Yeah, see, but she don't feel pretty, and she don't got that hair. She don't got that makeup. She don't got them lashes on. She can't. No, fuck you. You don't know me at all. You don't know me at all. So when I realized that people was doing that and cursing us because they thought that was going to shut us the fuck up. Well, let me show you something. Let me show you something. I'm not going to shut up. In fact, I don't give a fuck anymore, so I'm going to say more. But also, God knows that God can make me feel so pretty. Can't nobody tell me shit. I don't need to go out the house, because I don't need nobody else's opinion on it. I'm talking about, like, niggas be shining in my household. And it's not just me and my son. I'm talking about anybody that I've been around. Anybody. I've been in relationships. They know what the fuck I'm talking about. I got pictures to prove it. You can capture it. Glowing. My son just woke up, still got crust in his eye, baby glowing. I be like, oh my God, I'm just gonna live this life right here. We're gonna enjoy this today. And we're not gonna go out there with the outside world and let them fuck it up for us. We're gonna enjoy this. And sometimes we will go out, but then that's when people be like, oh, oh my God, oh my God. And it's irritating. It's too much. So I like to stay in the house. I don't be too much, but don't try to tear it away from me either. Don't fucking want, like, people be wanting to go to war with you. And I don't want to do none of that with you bitches. I don't care about you bitches. I don't care about you bitch ass niggas too. Because some of these are men that do this. And I don't want to deal with y'all scowls and y'all frowns and your evil eyes. I didn't want to deal with that shit. I'd rather be happy and enjoy it. But I felt like God kept giving it to me in excess, and we would just be happy and content and just chilling in it. But there's more that I want to life than us just looking good and feeling good. There's more things I want to do. There's more material things, really. That just came with my son. He a fucking tourist. They be coming here for the money, okay? He don't play that. Like, he don't even ask for a whole lot, but when he wants something, he wants it. And I got to be able to provide it, or I got to be able to get it. That's what he's used to. I have to keep it up. So, and it's only going to get more, the more that he start talking, the more that he starts seeing, the more, and I love it. I love it because I grew up not having a whole lot and feeling always like it would be rude for me to ask for a whole lot. So I kind of just was thankful for what I got and always made the best of it. I used to cut my clothes up and make my own outfits to be cute out, of what I was given. Mix and match shit so that I didn't feel out of place when I go to school, because everybody had name brand, or most of them did, and you know what I'm saying? We could only afford maybe a name brand top. I knew which ones to get, which ones not to get. Like, you can't get no off-brand polo because everybody know, but you could get an off-brand, like you could get a fake Nike shirt or something that you could get away with, okay? But the polo, you know how to be the two man on there. Anyway, I knew all of that shit because my family did not have money like that. And so I just learned to be very resourceful in order to blend in, because my religion was like, we take a vow of poverty. We slave for God. It's the craziest shit ever now. But it made a whole lot of sense then. And there's some aspects of it, the relationship between working for God and God working for you, that's still real. It still rings true, and it's the reason that I do what I do, honestly, because it's still real and it's still true. God takes care of us. But it does require me to speak, because things just stay the same when I'm quiet. When I go into my own little cave and live my life, things just stay the same and we don't elevate. And God put me in a situation, or allowed an enemy to put me into a situation, actually pushed me to take action in my life, which separated me from something that was no longer good for me. Something that I was content on. I was just going to stay in it, because I can make it work. I can get into my masculine energy and I can make it work. But God was like, yeah, but you were never supposed to be the masculine. You are supposed to be in your feminine energy. You have a baby. Your baby he's a boy. He needs to learn how to embody his masculine energy. And you are that feminine. You are that love. You are that hurt that he needs. You got to do the work. And you done enough work for this motherfucker. You got to do it for yourself, and you have to do it for your child. So I was pushed out here into the world. But we kept getting these comfy, cozy situations that was really like, we were doing Airbnbs, and they looked like what I would decorate. It was so crazy. It was like taking a trip around my life all over again. But we were essentially homeless, okay? But God had given me what I needed ahead of time to just be able to pay for an Airbnb, as opposed to it could get a lot worse. And I was aware of that. But that's always what kept me in appreciation, because my son is used to a certain life. He was my first child. I freak out. He liked to eat off the floor. We cannot just be anywhere. Like, don't keep me in one room. I want to see what the fuck is going on out here. I want to chill out on the couch. I want to be out where the people. So there's a lot of other cheaper situations that we could have been in, but it just did not. I couldn't do it. And until life forced me to, that helped me to have a different viewpoint. It also helped me to save money and be ready for when the opportunity for our actual place where we would be solid, where we are now, that when it was ready for us, that we would be ready for it. So God, you know what I'm saying? But beforehand, we was living the life in these Airbnbs. Everything was set up. I'm like, oh my God, I would probably decorate it like this. This is perfect. And I kept trying to like shut out life. I even found a situation where we were like renting instead of just the Airbnb we were renting. But in the back of my mind, I knew it was still temporary. But God would be like, okay, I get it. And you're happy and you're content. And this is what I wanted for you. But you still have to go to work. You still have to do this. You still have to move. You still have to make life move. You still have to work through these issues because you're not there yet. Like, God won't let you stop until you get to the place that you're actually supposed to be. And then you will feel like you can rest, but you'll be so comfortable and you'll have so like, for going from stress to literally almost no stress unless you let other people into your world, into your life, into your energy. Life will be so comfy that you will have to do something else because you'll get bored. So there's no way that I can just not hit record. Now, I can't go back to not expressing myself because I was always meant to. But a lot of times when I go out with people, I can't have something real to talk about and be cute. It's like against some kind of silent rule, or I don't know, like I have to play the airhead, which is okay with me because I love just being the energy, taking in the good energy, looking cute, feeling good. I go off into my own little world, but sometimes I don't want to. Sometimes I'm out there not just because I wanted to have a good time and get some fresh air and, you know what I'm saying, connect with adults. Sometimes I really want to connect, like really connect with people. And I want to talk about real things and I want to have conversations. I want to know who they are. And I want them to want to know who I am. I want us to have this reciprocal conversation. But I get a lot of bitches, they just want to run their fucking mouths for hours and they want to tell me all of their fucking accomplishments. And I don't mind listening to it. But the moment I try to say one thing, they got to shut me up or shut me down. And I be like, y'all need this attention. I don't need this. I thought that we were going to, like, this is a good time for us to connect. Anyway, I'm going to quit ranting and raving. But this is why I don't fucking deal with people. Because I don't really like them for real. I like my man. And you know why? Because when my man steps into my energy, he gets all of the information, all of the downloads about me. So he already know what the fuck I'm about. He already know who I am. And if he can handle all of who I am, and he is ready to be all of who he is, because you ain't got to be all of who you is to nobody else, but you will be it in my reality, or you won't be happy, because I can't be happy if I'm not being my best version of self, which means you won't be happy if you're not being your best version of self with me, and I'm not going to make you happy about it either. I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to help you. So my man always know that, and life is good. Life is really good when I have a man in my life. God made it now. I got a child, so it's like I don't even need a man, but I do. Okay. But I do. I tried to make it that way. I tried to be like, yeah, fuck these niggas too. You know what I'm saying? Fuck these niggas, but nah, I lied. They add value to life. They add value, which is why I need them to operate at their fullest potential, because I have to serve my man. I was raised to be that way. And your highest potential is self, is your highest self. That's divine masculine energy. Divine masculine energy is the closest that a human being can get to God. And I was taught to serve God. I'm literally like, I was conditioned to be. So you're going to get that treatment. You're going to get the king treatment from me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be the queen, and I'm gonna expect you to be, you know what I'm saying, kinging and serving and knighting for your queen. I'm gonna be that, but I'm also going to serve the fuck out of you like a fucking king. I'm gonna make sure you feel that way. If nobody else makes you feel that way out here in this world, I'm going to do that. I do that. I does that. Okay. Nobody takes that away from me, because that's my fucking truth. I know how to care for, serve, and take care of a motherfucker. And the problem was sometimes I do it at the expense of myself. So I have to learn how to, you know, still give to myself when I'm giving to someone else. Because these niggas get greedy, but now you get greedy, I'm gonna starve you to death, and you get your shit together. I know how to, you know, what to do now. But anyway, what's the point, y'all? I just be rambling. What is the point? Oh, yeah, I need a man. So, yeah, I still want one. Still need one. But the thing about them is that I feel happy, and then I also have like a security to other people. So now I don't mind inviting them in. I don't mind connecting with them more, because I always feel like they create this boundary between me and the rest of the world. And they do. Their energy does that for you as a feminine. There are certain things that used to bump up against you before you had that masculine energy that just, it can't come towards you anymore. So, you know, it's also a protection, and it makes me more, I feel more safe and more at ease being the version of myself that is friendly. People tend to take too much, and I don't have the security to say, okay, that's enough. It's like I just end up getting depleted after one interaction. You know what I'm saying? I go out one time and too many fucking people are vampires and they're draining all of my goddamn energy, and then it just, or too many men, you know what I'm saying, think they could cross a boundary by even speaking to me or trying to demand that I pay attention to them, that I just be like, let me just go back in the house. Let me just go back in the house. But when I have a man, I don't have to worry about that. But when it's just me, I do. And it can make me, I could become reclusive. So, and I could be fine with that. I spent my whole life out here running around with people. I did, because until I left home when I was 16, but all that time I was kept from connecting. When I went to school, that was the only time that I really got to connect with people that didn't go to the Kingdom Hall. Other than that, we were isolated from, you know, we were in the world, but no part of the world. So when I left home, I was like, well, I'm going to get as much of this world as I possibly can. I went to the extreme, gave out all of my energy, always, you know what I'm saying, was out doing things or having people over. I used to host a lot, I cooked a lot, had people in, you know, I was out here running the streets and all of that. Did it even when I got married, you know what I'm saying, I got back to that. And when I had a child, though, I just noticed how many people thought that they were still going to take that place when I have a child. Get your ass the fuck up. I got a baby to cook and nurse and take care of. Fuck you mean? What you think this is? Come on now. Y'all not my children no more. I got a real child. Y'all don't know to move out the way and start being an adult when somebody has a baby? I never drained my friends who had kids. I knew they had kids. The kids take precedence. You know what I'm saying? I can't be a baby in this situation or in this element, because I have to be a whole grown up because they have children to take care of. I can understand that. But yeah, but I had a lot of people that didn't get that at first, and then I got, you know, friends who don't have children. They can't, it's like they hated the fact that I had a child. So I'm kind of feeling like you got a little hatred toward my child, so I gotta push you the fuck out. Get your ass the fuck up out of here. You can't come in my house. You can't be around my baby, because he's gonna always feel like he takes precedence in my life, and he does. And I did. I gave him too much of that, but I don't care. I corrected the things that I did not like when I was growing up. I don't always have to shut up. I don't always have to go to my room. And I don't always have to get out your fucking face. But there is a time and a place for that. So I try to be real balanced with that. But my son, he will never feel like any other, you know what I'm saying, like I just don't want to spend time with him, or I don't want to chill with him, or I don't want to listen, or I don't want to be there for him. Like literally all ears, you know, like I be shit. That little boy say one word and I'm like, oh my God, what you say? Like what you say, you can't keep me from giving him the attention and the priority that he deserves. And I don't give a fuck about what the fuck these people be talking about more than my baby. The fuck on somewhere. So I just, I'm different, and I've accepted that, and I just be chilling. But I love when I meet my match. I love when I meet somebody who is really about that life. And it just makes me happy. And then when I'm happy, I can deal with all the human stuff without being judgmental and critical of it. So it works out that way. But until then, when I don't feel like I want to get into masculine energy and my son still has an outlet to connect as much as he wants to, if my son be chilling, usually he'll leave me. He'll be like, okay, bye, I gotta go. Like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to meet people. I'm ready to connect. And you don't want to, bye, I'm gone. And I thought he was about to, because he forced me to have this conversation with these ladies. This is older ladies that live in the building. And they always be outside. And I'm always nice and I say hi. And they're nice too. But I just, not trying to really get too comfy with people that live close to me, because they think they'll be popping up at my door. That's just what I've experienced. And so I didn't want to start those kind of connections. But I kind of just good vibes off the whole fucking family. It's a mother, it's a wife, a husband, and they take care of their mother. And she has Alzheimer's, which is what my whole career pretty much was, taking care of mentally disabled or Alzheimer's, dementia patients. They my favorite, because they crazy with a reason. Oh God, they so crazy, but they usually be so happy. Or bitchy. They be a whole asshole and they can do it. Like, it's okay for them to do that. I love older people. But anyway, my son, he like, nah, we not just gonna go to the car. We not gonna just wave. We going over there. So he go over there to have a conversation with them. And they like, oh my God, where's your robot? And you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, fuck, I'm feeling antisocial right now. But I have to, because I will not take it from my child. When he wants to be sociable and I don't, I bend to his will, So unless I feel like he's doing it and it's not necessary, and I know it's something going on with me because I'm missing somebody or I want to connect, but I'm not, and then I'll feel that that's him, he's like needing that too, then I'll adjust it in myself so he doesn't do that. But this was different. This was like, I would have interacted if I felt that there was really someone good to interact with in the moment that would be on my vibe. But because I didn't believe there was anyone, I was antisocial. He, on the other hand, was like, oh, there they are. They're on the vibe. And I'm like, oh my God, no, we don't know. My son knew. And it was like, these people that I don't even fucking know was so happy that I finally stopped. That they were like waiting to give all of these compliments to me. And it wasn't like people who trying to sway you or people who are trying to, just like boo you up, but they don't mean it. It's like legitimate shit that they were saying. And it was confirmation for me about certain things that I care about. That's happened to me in friendships too. That's usually how new people get interest to me, is because they say things or they answer questions. They're like of value, where I really, as a first time mom, I had questions. There are things that I wanted confirmation for, and they offer it. And I was so thankful and appreciative. So, shout out to Tiffany, because that's really like, she know, but that's where that come from. Like, it was just like, oh my God, you are like a genuine human being who you don't have that jealousy, envy trait, and you don't mind confirming, or I don't know. It's just, you can share yourself and you can confirm for someone else, and you can be okay with someone else's accomplishment. God, it's so nice to meet healthy people. But we all go through our shit and whatever. But I like people like that. Those are the people that I come back to again and again and again, or people who can get in. You know what I'm saying? When I open, because I will close these doors. You understand? I will close them when I need to, until I get where I need to be. But my son, if that was enough for him, I thought he was going to leave here. I thought he was going to be like, all right, well, call my daddy, because I'm ready to go to my crew. I'm ready to go kick it with my fam. I'm out of here. That was all. We talked to them for a while. He was done. And we left. We came back, and they was trying to talk to him again, or get him over there again, and he was just like, "Nah, I got my." He had, what did he have? McDonald's, and he had one of those little blue Slurpee things. So he like, "No, I gotta go now. I got my food." So, you know, uh, I asked him, did he want to go to his dad's? He said, no, not yet. And he did call his dad or whatever, but he wasn't trying to go over there. He wasn't trying to leave. He didn't want to go nowhere else. Like, I was like, oh, okay, cool. But, my child has more of a social life than I do. And I'm okay with that. Because, like I said, I did a whole lot of it. And when I go on YouTube, this is my social experience. But it's also my outlet. It's also my outlet. And I get to be that person that never shuts the fuck up. Because usually I can be very quiet. I don't know. It just depends on how close you've gotten to me, how free you are with my energy, or how much you are okay with me being free in my own energy, how much you get of me. If you got all those restrictions, if you got all those insecurities, if you can't, if you can't deal, then a lot of it won't come out. I kind of naturally, if I go on autopilot, then the God in me is always going to give you what you can handle, and it's always going to give you what you deserve. You're going to get a good reflection of yourself. And I typically like social interactions to go that way. Sometimes people don't like themselves, so they don't like what they get from me. Oh well. And sometimes people, they want you to take the back seat, and it's like, okay. But when I take the back seat, that means I'm good, but I'm going to do my own thing. I don't care. I'm not trying to, you can't make me take a back seat and then make me listen to you and care about you and pour all my energy into you for an hour. I'm not a fucking fan. I never have been. I'm not a fan of people. I'm a fan of gods. I'm a fan of God. I'm a fan of godly people. I'm a fan of divine masculine and divine feminine. Bosses. Bosses with a halo around their fucking heads and hearts of gold. Okay. Well, let's get to these cards, okay? I really don't be... I don't know. That's what I think it happens for. Part of what I was going to ask the cards is like, why do God let us, like, keep allowing us to get baited or to push us into warfare? But it's because we would be quiet. And a lot of what we go through, we're not the only people. We are in seclusion because we think we're the only ones that go through what we go through. But we're not. We're not. I just been rambling for the past, oh my God, 47 minutes. And it's 5 likes in here. I got videos that got less than 5 likes. And it was like people in there while I was doing it. Or there's like 100 and something views. So obviously, I guess what I go through, people do understand and go through. That's amazing. That's amazing. I always remember that scripture in the Bible that said, like, it's nothing that you're going through that somebody else in the world isn't going through too. And I was like, okay, well, I guess, and I did. I got my passport, and my intention was to go to the other side of the world and find these fucking people, because they ain't here. They ain't in my city. They ain't in my city either. They ain't even in the cities that I've been to or lived in. They ain't there. States. They ain't there. But I'm going to find them. They in another country, I think. But YouTube, the World Wide Web, yeah, that's an easier way, especially for right now. All right, y'all. Whew. Now, I'm done talking. I be talking so much sometimes I make myself tired. And sometimes that's good too, because you have excess energy. And you were given all of that energy because all of that energy is likely of value to you. But it also means that there are other people that will be attracted to you that you are holding that energy for. Everything that adds value to you is like a gift to you from the universe. We don't like to think that, but that's really how it is. When you hear that song, and it be like, damn, that song is literally singing my life. We be, oh, I can't wait to go to this concert. I'm going to pay all this money. And oh my God, it's Michael, or whoever the fuck, it's Elvis. Tupac, it's Beyonce. You lose your fucking mind at these concerts. They are serving you. You do know that, right? Like, they're serving you. The No, I feel like people give all of that clout over to somebody else, but they don't take the gem. It's like a diamond in there. This person that you do not know, I know a whole lot of people love their music, but when somebody's music touches your soul, when somebody's music wakes you to fuck up, when somebody's music validates something for you in your life that you've been through or are currently going through, that nobody else around you, like nobody else could do that for you. Nobody else has done that for you. And this person that you don't know does that for you. I don't care about the vessel that they use. Look how God cares about me. I'm being served. These people got bukus of money. They got all kind of servants and people doing shit for them. Me, little old me, who don't got half a tinge of the money that they do. And they're serving me. They're serving me. Like, I don't know, but what the fuck? Like, I don't. Okay. Yeah, I got a whole lot of stuff to say to y'all. And it'd be for your elevation, but you gotta be ready to hear it. I can't. And it's too much. It's too much. It's too much for me to even say in one. That's probably why I don't start talking. Because if I start, I might not stop. I might not stop. Why would I stop? Why would I stop? Oh my God. Why would I stop? I think that's also why I don't have a man, because I've probably been stopped already. But not this time around. Usually that's what they get. I give it all to them. They love it too. They can't stand it when I start opening the doors back up and they gotta share. But I'ma always keep it leveled out, because this helps me to do that. I'm always gonna have my time, and I'm always gonna share with others. And I don't think I'll ever get into that type of situation again where, it's just living, really. I think we were taught to live for God. So when your person reflects God to you, you can learn to live for that person. And then when you disconnect from that person and you have to just live for yourself, I mean, if you have a child, that's wonderful. And I had that blessing. I could live for my child. But when my child started disconnecting and doing his own thing, I had to learn to live for me. Because he would go and I would be like, I don't know what else to do. I'm a mommy. No, I'm still Erica. I'm still Erica. So I'm never going to lose that moving forward. All right. Somebody has been going through that too in relationships, but it's too sad. I don't want to get into that. So let's see what else the cards have to say. Someone is afraid of that. You may have somebody who is just afraid that everything will revolve around you, that they'll lose themselves in you. But I don't think that's a real fear. No, it's not. It's the King of Cups and the Lovers. That's not a real fear. The thing is, they're so used to, you could be dealing with a water sign, and they're so used to people wanting to serve them and be of service to them. They're so used to being able to serve people physically, but not having to necessarily open up emotionally. Like, they will absorb your emotions, but they don't typically have to give their emotions to you. And that's, their emotions is really their most valuable thing, water signs especially. And they don't have to really share that. But with you, because this is the Lovers, they're going to have to love you with their whole heart. With their whole heart, because you will be able to see that they're not giving you heart. You're going to be able to tell, oh no, you're just giving me the dick. Oh, you're just riding it, but you're not loving me. What are you doing? Like, all right, you're just good at the physical things, but you're not really loving me. You're not giving me that heart. You're going to know. They've been able to get away with that with people, where it's like, I serve you, I cook for you, I make that money. I take good care of you. I listen to you. I'm supportive of you. And that's enough. And who wouldn't think that that's enough? That's more than a lot of us get in relationships. A lot of us look back and be like, God damn, I wasn't even getting half of that. What the fuck was I thinking? What, you just look good? Oh, hell no. Yeah. Whew, goodness. That rear view mirror is a motherfucker, okay? But keep going, because things are closer than they appear. If you can think about, if you can remember what the fuck you went through, you best to know that they are still chasing after you, because you are still close enough where it's a possibility, because you haven't got to that next person that's going to give you more and do you better. There's a possibility you might just settle for that back there. Never. Don't ever do that. Don't ever go back. If you're gonna settle for what's right on the side of you. Don't ever settle for the past, ever. It's a graveyard. They still doing the old shit that they did before. No. No. You're gonna go right back where you used to go, and I don't care if the face changed. But anyway, yeah, this person was afraid because they genuinely love you. And that's an investment that they've made before. That's what scares them. You have to be afraid. The only reason you would be afraid is because you have invested your heart before and somebody took it away or hurt you. And that could have even not had anything to do with your relationships. These hoes out here, I'm calling everybody hoes now, myself included. Okay, these hoes out here that you've been giving yourself to, they probably ain't never got the best of you. They ain't never really got your heart. Why? Because you had a family member that stole your heart away, and you never really healed and got it back. So you was just giving these people what the fuck you had to give them, if anything. Okay. So anyway, lots of healing though. Lots of healing. So you may have a Scorpio, a Cancer, or a Pisces that is realizing part of the reason they don't want to fuck with you. You see too much, you know too much, and you're full of love. You make them love. You make them open. You make them vulnerable, and that is their true essence of soul. But who do you think you are to be doing that to them? If you did that very early on, then they definitely probably ran from you, ghosted you, or played you like they don't give a fuck. And that is a protection. Like, they put their shell up, their stingers come out, they swam away, okay, ghosted you, or took you to school. I'm thinking about Pisces or whatever. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. And maybe you had those placements, because if you have a Venus water sign, yeah, that's your heart. That's how it protects you. So, and people probably don't be expecting that, but yeah, I have a Cancer Venus. That shell will come up real quick. You'll be like, what? No, because I'm a Leo on the outside. My heart is on my sleeve. Haha, got you. That's just a decoy heart. My real heart is in here. You got a whole lot more to do to get up in this motherfucker. Okay, it's like Fort Knox in this bitch. But you got somebody who was like that. Oh my God, this Lover's card won't go away. Yeah. So you have a twin flame, or you just have a high level soulmate. I attract twin flame relationships because I survived the cycle. But you could definitely lose yourself in it, especially if you're a hopeless romantic. And I almost died. Queen of Cups. That almost took me up out of here, because I can create, and I always attract the cooperative match to whatever my fantasy or my current fairy tale would be. That's who my partner is. Okay, that's who they become. That's what they walk into. And of course they have to accept it. It's like a whole little quiet, closed off. You know, every connection is a soul contract. But the way mines go is you get to see the movie pretty much from beginning to end, and you sign off on it. If you agree with that and you want to play your role, you can come on in. So a lot of them be like, oh my God, hell yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm about. This is who I am. And then they get in there and it be like, yeah, but we really got to do the work. We can't just feel it. Like, we got to work together. We got to get in here. They'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I thought we was just, it's just the vibes. We feeling it, right? I'm like, no, we got to actually have it. We got to actually be it. We got to, what are you talking about? And then that's when it all go to hell. Because a lot of people, they love the storyline, and they love to play the character. But I'm talking about, we going to play these characters in real life. What are you talking about? No, it's not a movie for real. We got to have this for real, for real. Like, it got to be reality. So that's where it ends. But with the twin flame dynamic, oh my God, it combines all of your fantasies and all of your Ten of Cups energy, your daydreams, the ideal person for you. Reason why is because they're a reflection of you. Everybody who hates people that they think are conceited, or they're so they have so much self-love and they're just all into themselves. If you don't love yourself, there's a problem. And twin flame is the other side of you. So you'll have no issue. If you love yourself, you'll have no issue loving that person. Now, the part of the journey is, though, that it's going to pull out the things that you don't like about yourself, or the things that you wish you could change, or the things you didn't even know were a part of you, or like things that you do that you didn't even realize you do. They're going to reflect all of that to you. So it's all of this extra healing that you have to do. And it really is good for you to become the person you want to be. But it is, oh goodness, do it send your heart through it. Fortunately, my twin flame, their superpower is detachment. And it just reawakened that for me. I forgot that I had that ability, because I have always been cast as the extra emotional person in everybody's life. And it's true. I am extremely emotional. Like I said, I'm not a sun sign, water sign, but I'm a Cancer. Why am I talking to y'all about myself in these cards? I don't know, but I'm gonna go with it. Because I think that talking about ourselves helps people to understand themselves too. And the more you understand about yourself, the more value you can add to people with conversations about yourself. So the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but lover to your fucking core. And you give unconditional love. You can love the worst of the worst. You can find a way. You will find a way to love everybody if you want to. And that's my heart. That's my heart. So with the twin flame journey, you could become overly emotional where you have enough love. Everybody does not. Everybody is not a Queen of Cups energy. Everybody does not love unconditionally. It's not easy. It's not easy. You have to be immortal to be walking around loving people unconditionally, because when I tell you, these people will not give a drop of love to you. They will drain everything out of your cup. They'll take everything you've given them, and then they'll take everything that's for you. You have to be immortal, because they're going to kill you over and over and over again until you learn how to defend that cup of love, until you learn to be discerning with your heart, until you learn that it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. That unconditional love is not for everybody. They can get it. They're going to have to get it from God, though. It's not for you to give to everybody. But I felt like, yeah, so you have more than enough love. You could love this person even when they're not loving you. You could love enough for the both of you. But your journey with your twin flame was going to kill you over and over and over again, as long as you kept thinking that you can love everybody. Like you had enough love for the both of you. No, that motherfucker has to love you too, or it's not healthy. It's not healthy. If there's no heart on the table, it's not healthy. So, spell work. Okay, we got Pisces energy here. This is something, Pisces, is this what you were doing, or this is what was being done to you? We also have Gemini. So you got hit. You got hit like I got hit. Oh, somebody got hit like I got hit, but they ain't fucking breathing. This is, okay, so it went back. There's blowbacks. These people be doing work on you. These people do be doing work on you. They're doing work on you, probably on your twin flame too, but they may be working on your twin flame to keep them from being able to love you. They're keeping them out of their heart space right now. They're attacking them or triggering them in ways like they're being burdened down to where they don't have the love to give to you, and then you are pitted yet again. And if you've been in this cycle for some time, you've already decided whether or not this person deserves your unconditional love. So they're trying to make you waver or shake on that. So they're attacking this masculine with illusions, and this is what they're sending to you too. Illusions. They're attacking your intuition, the way you see things. They're trying to shift or change your reality. They're sending these signals of fear. I used to hear that, and when I listen to the readers, I'd be like, y'all is batshit crazy. Ain't nobody just pushing no button and sending fucking fear to y'all. No, they do. Yeah, it's real. It's real. They be like, oh, that won't stop them? Okay, let's try this. And I told you, some of them, it's literally you got people up in the monitoring rooms, the powers that be. Maybe you just are that massive of an energy in this reality, because it could just be your energy. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson was a Jehovah Witness. And if he really would have bought into the shit and he would have been devout, he never would have came out and been on stage nowhere. He would have been right there in the devil's lair, stuck. And he would have been attracting. Do you know how many witnesses just came because they knew that Michael used to be there? When Prince started going to the Kingdom Hall, I knew people that switched their congregation. They had to put in petitions to go to the congregation that Prince was at just so they could sit in the same building as him. So that organization would have benefited greatly from keeping these stars hidden. And for a lot of them, that's shit that they went through. And, you know, they died off in ways that are suspicious because the powers that be was like, oh, no, we had got your soul and we were going to get it back. They could have been under attack before we start talking about it. They were under attack. They were supposed to be a sacrifice. And, yeah. They're supposed to be a sacrifice. So a lot of these religious organizations, they still move like that. You may think that oh no, I'm not nobody, but no, you might be. You might be. And these religious organizations, these cults and covens, these family cults and covens, they want to keep your energy for them. My pretty, my precious, okay? They want to keep you for them only. They want to hide you and feed off of you. So if you get yourself up out of there and you start sharing your light with the world, they can't capitalize off of that. And then you have some people who your ability to give it to other people and not to them has given them like automatic karma, because it means they're not worthy. It's a difference if you just become reclusive and you detach from everyone and you don't share your light or your love with anyone. And sometimes they can do that to you because the warfare will make you want to shut down and only give it to you and yours, because it's the only thing that feels safe. But they're trying to save face because they did something to you. They created grievances against your soul. They attracted the part of you that made you valuable, and then they tried to steal that from you and cast you aside, and they tried to cast you off as who they really are and who they really were in your life, and likely who they're still being to someone else. So they don't even want that manipulation that they're doing to be seen. They don't want the manipulation. These people are trying to bury you and kill you off because they're trying to hide their secrets and go to their grave with them. And they're currently trying to benefit off of doing the same shit that they did to you. You were supposed to be dead. You were supposed to be rolling around on the ground or outside on the street shouting and screaming. You were supposed to lose your shit. You were supposed to lose everything. You were supposed to lose everything materially, physically. You were supposed to lose your good looks. You were supposed to lose your money. You were supposed to lose your mind. You were supposed to lose your emotion. I'm talking about you were not supposed to be shit, because this is who somebody tried to cast you as, because nobody leaves them. You're dealing with somebody who is extremely narcissistic, but they're a covert narcissist. You wouldn't think they had a evil bone in their fucking body. But their energy will start to tell you the truth if you keep moving forward and being you. Their energy. Because essentially they have dug these are energetic cords that they have to you. Oh goodness, if you have children with this person, I be telling y'all, like, it's deeply enrooted. You gotta pull. These are snakes. You have to pull. You have to uproot them motherfuckers from about you. Anything that could have attracted that person to you. It could be your past trauma, what you went through, that this person literally is a cooperative component to, or they vibrate in that low vibrational ass energy. You have everything comes up to the surface, but you've got to fight through all of it. You got to heal all of it. You got to face all of it, and you've got to replace it with clarity and truth and confidence. That is not you. It's not anything that you're going to go through. Your children aren't going to go through. You have to get really sure about who you are, what your reality is, and this person's energy has no bearing on it. Because that person probably is not, they're probably a shell of a person. They lost their soul a long time ago. It's not nothing that you did, which is why it was nothing you could do to bring this person back. I've been licking my lips so much they dry. But it's nothing you could do to bring that person back, okay? It happened a long time before you. You just couldn't see it because they're empty vessels, so they can reflect whatever energy you put in. So you was putting that good ass energy in and they was giving it back to you. But at some point, life defeated you in such a way that you didn't have as much energy to give to them without getting it back. And you started to realize, because a lot of times with these people, they cause you to want to be isolated. And the reason is because you are you're their lifeline. It's like you're the UV bag, okay? So if you are giving it to, you got other friendships, they're already sharing it. If you have kids or if you take care of their kids, you're already sharing it with them. And that's okay because it helps them to maintain a certain status quo. But if you stop giving that energy to them specifically, what they need, like it's already depleted. So you don't have enough to give to whatever else you want to do or whoever else you want to connect to. They need all of that for them. But if you don't give it to them, you will start to see the person that you used to know wither into something you have never seen before. And it's their truth. But it'll be hard for you to believe because all you see is who you are in them. Okay? But they have to be that without you too. Or it's not real. It's just you're a creator. You're a manifester. And that's what your energy can do for you. It can, you got the Cinderella effect, okay? But you need someone that has that effect too. Not Mandela. That's what I just heard. Mandela, they can't Mandela you. What does that mean? The Mandela effect? I have to look it up after this, but I've heard it before, but yeah. It'll go the other way. It'll become something that is scary if you let them take control of the dynamics. It'll become scary for you. They'll look like a victor and you will wonder what happened to you and what happened to your life because nothing will seem right. And you won't have any way to prove it or anything. So there's a lot of covert narcissists that have done this to people and they're silenced. They're silenced. And this is why they get to continue. But what I was going to say is they sold their soul a long time ago. They lost their soul a long time ago, and they're filled with an entity, which is a devil energy. But if it's moving in low vibrational energy, it's not hearing the word of God. In fact, they probably don't even believe in God. They don't believe that God exists. And they've never experienced justice because they don't usually get up high enough vibrationally to receive balance and justice. So they believe that people are always going to be able to get away with wrongdoing. And so they like to take karma into their own hands. But they don't have divine presence or authority to do this. So divine masculine and feminine, that's the difference between you and them, is that you do. Because you can also be karma. When you hit the floor, as a matter of fact, that's what you're supposed to do. The reason that God let these people attack you to the point that you hit the ground is not so that you can stay down. God is not trying to make you stay down and keep your face on the ground. God doesn't do that. What are you talking about? The devil does that, not God. And the devil does that because he controls the ground. So there are rules and there is control. And depending on what devil you're dealing with, you are going to slave for them. You're going to work for them. Okay? And usually it's a reason why you're down there. But divine masculine and feminine, you are given this divine right because when you do take action in your life that one would think could put you down on the ground. So you're receiving judgment and criticism for it, right? But what they don't know is you don't take a single step. You don't take action in your life unless you have already been justified by your Heavenly Father. So that's what they don't count on. The reason that they were able to knock you down is not because you belong to them now, because that's what they think. They think, oh, yeah, see, I got him now. I got him now. Now it's my turn. Now, yeah. No, motherfucker, you dumb motherfucker. They now they're the judge, they're the jury, and they're the executioner. They have been ordained by God to go to war. And guess who they're going to war on? You. The one that came for his. He's not sending another angel to take care of you. He's not sending some stranger to take care of you. No, your grievance was so deliberate, so intentional, so disgusting to God that God said, oh no, let them take care of them. This is the movie. I didn't watch it, but I'm going to watch it. But I think I'm going to look for an updated version of it. Because some of these people, this spell work, some of these people are raping you. They're raping you. They're raping your energy. They're getting into your energy when they're not supposed to be, and they're doing it through sexual means. This is them pleasuring themselves to you to get into your energy. It's a grievance. If this is someone that you took maybe you used to have a sexual experience with them, but you decided that you didn't want to, this person is doing it, but they're not just doing it like in there, like, oh, I'm just so into them and I can't think about anybody else and this is what happened. No, I mean intentionally and deliberately, and they're trying to do like control you or manipulate your energy with it. They're doing spell work on you. Okay, so it's intentional, it's deliberate, and they are trying to. It's like they're crossing a certain boundary. Okay. You are, I spit on your grave. You are, I spit on your grave. That's the movie. It's vengeance. It's the vengeance of God, but you have been invigorated with the power of God to give this person vengeance. And sometimes you won't even know how you're doing it. But when I say you're taking them out one by one, that's what you're doing. It's just the way that you're moving. It's the way that you're behaving. It's the way that you're being. It's what you are saying. These people are paying. They're paying. You've been given an authority. These people thought this is what they were doing it for. And it's not all sexual magic, but that movie kept coming to me. It was actually a message I got originally, but I forgot about it. But for some of them, it's just spell work. That's what the moon energy is about. Okay, so yeah, it's just spell work. They were trying to pull you into fear or trigger your worst fears. They were trying to create illusions around you, especially if you have a twin flame journey. They want to color the way that you look to your person. They want to shift your perspective of yourself. Because they think that it's all about the physical, because likely with divine connection, you guys shine. That's what I was saying. Like God just makes you shine. You shine from the inside and the glow comes out for people to see. And then other people who connect to you, they get the glow too. So when you and your twin flame are connected, you guys glow, you shine. And people see it as they get starry-eyed and then they want to attack the physical aspects of it because it's not love. It's not, no love is unconditional. Look at this. And did you see that? Like, people get really weird. I could tell you so many stories. My God. They try to take photos. They try to capture you in FaceTimes. They try to video you, or what do you call that when you screenshot? Like, I mean, they get weird and they try to do spell work on these aspects to bring the worst version of you out for this other person. You would not believe that people would go through this much, but when they're controlled by an entity or they have obsessive personalities, this is what the fuck they would do. You become the bane of their existence. So this was revenge. that they were tapping into. But you know, the God of love is also the God of war. These people may probably never want revenge ever again, because you get the last laugh. You always do. If you haven't gotten it yet, you will soon. But yeah, it's the same thing. You still are ordained and inspired, divinely inspired, to give karma to them. Some of you are tarot readers. Some of you are tarot readers, and you have this divine inspiration. They watch you. They watch you, and they be like, I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know what they're saying, but it's provocative. It gets the people going. And it does. Things are hidden from them. Evil eyes go blind. When you truly have divine power, evil eyes go blind, monitoring spirits naturally go deaf, and low vibrational energy takes a knee. So these people, they can't stop themselves from becoming of service or becoming fans to you. This is not what they want to do. It's not what they want to do. But you have this authority. These are people who, if God didn't grant you this authority, if they didn't try to take your life from you, if they didn't try to unalive you, if they didn't try to, essentially take you out of this reality that you belong in, you would not have this power or authority. These are people who would probably spit in your face, or they, like I said, they would literally unalive you if they could. That hasn't changed. That's who they are. If these people have not had a conversation with you, oh, I'm sorry, you've had people like that in your life. People who have tapped into the wrong energy, connected with something else, or connected with somebody that was vicious or vile, and they treated you harshly. These people, they are in complete repentance once they realize what they've done or how they've been to you. Once they see the clarity of who you really are, and those goggles come off, those, you know what I'm saying? It's like a rebirth. And even me, I used to have boyfriends. They would be on my legs like, please, please don't leave me. And I would be like, where is your pride? Don't do that. Like, get up. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. This is not attractive for me. But when you grow up, you learn to actually respect someone with that much humility, because they were actually probably better for you than any of these motherfuckers who act like they never did shit to you, because they were actually in full clarity of who you were. Now, what they needed was to see themselves also. That was the imbalance, is that they gave all of the glory over to you, and they took away all of what they actually are. They're not all bad. They made a bad choice. They made a mistake, but at some point they need to lift up. Now, as women, and it's usually the role that it happens, but it happens, women do it too, for men. But if that person is not going to lift you up off your knee, lift you up off of the ground, and kiss you and say thank you for seeing me, but I also see you, and I want to work through this, I want to move forward in this, then that person still ain't for you, because they've turned cold now, and they're going to use that against you. So I'm not saying this is what you should do, but what I'm saying is, if you've experienced that, it's a difference in that person's heart. They have their heart. Somebody who never, they can make the most egregious grievances towards you, and they never repent for it, and you get put into a moment or a time period where you then become so cold that you can actually do to this person essentially what they've done to you. That is your revenge, but you will not pay karma for it, because It's an eye for an eye. This person did that. Whatever that action was, it was not a mistake. That's why you never got the true, oh God, I'm so sorry. Like, you didn't get that truth from them. It's not because you don't deserve it. It's not because it's not within this person to do it. It's because they strategically, deliberately, and intentionally wanted to harm you with what they did. And so you are given this divine right. It's called righteous indignation, where you are literally able to hit the ground and move like karma for them. It's because nobody ever handed their ass back to them. Nobody ever stopped their bullet and sent it back. So God initiated you because it was your time to do it. You had probably never done it before. You probably have always been given this authority, but you would rather just walk away than to use it. Okay, you have to, because this is somebody that nobody else could take down. You work for God. You might as well say you're a spiritual assassin. And it's because these are spiritual thieves and murderers, and they're running wild. So there was a bounty on their head. You thought that this person came into your life likely to love you, but really they were attracted to you because you were their next keeper. You were their next handler. There was a bounty on their head. They have been, they're a criminal in the spiritual realm, and they have been taking people out and moving egregiously behind the scenes, specifically using emotional manipulation with the lovers, to shift realities, to change people's perception of them, but they get to continue to be the same horrid human being that they always were. They don't change a thing. And they don't feel like they have to or that they should, because that's their viewpoint of humanity. So they don't want to be better, and they don't believe that better can be found. They're not looking for better. They're looking for opportunities off of human beings. So, yeah, they came to you for that very reason. If you could see their real truth, I don't care how suave they look to you, they really were like on their knees, like, can you please put me out of my misery? They were asking for you to put them out of their misery. Because it's a rebirth. They can correct their ways and move forward, and it's as if all of those grievances, you can give them a pass. You can give them a pass where what they've done wrong, you can understand them in such a way, and you can see the changes that they've made, and you can decide that this person, you can petition on behalf. Some of y'all are divine masculine and feminine. Do you understand the power that you hold? You don't, because I don't. Like, whoever I'm talking to, you really don't, because I don't. We're getting this information like right now. Maybe you've heard it 1,000 times. I probably heard it too, but I was like, yeah, whatever, y'all crazy. Okay, let's get crazy, because it makes a lot of sense, and maybe you're ready for it. Maybe I'm ready for it, but you are so high ranking spiritually and morally. It's just the moral ground that you walk on. It's who you are when nobody's watching and nobody's looking, that gives you the power and authority to grant a petition to God on behalf of another person's soul. So they can outwit karma. They can cheat death. Because, death is inevitable. And you learn to stop fearing it when you experience vibrational deaths. But some people, that's what they fear the most. They're not really afraid of physically being out of here, but as far as not being here and not being able to be seen or to embody or to have the things that they want to have, that is like, you might as well say they're dead. But when they have these grievances, it's inevitable that they will meet their makers no matter what. And sometimes they'll meet their maker and they won't be able to get up, because what they have to face in order to get up is too much. So they owe they owe so much to the devil that they will likely never stand up again in this reality unless you give them this pass. But you get to decide. So these are people who literally, they cause a lot of grievances, more than you know, because it was all done hidden. These are people who don't show it on the outside. It's what they do in secret, what they hide. And um yeah, so you know a little bit, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. But it goes deeper. But you can read their soul almost instantaneously. It's your heart. The Queen of Cups is your heart of gold. So you can recognize another. That's why for some people it's so easy to just let them go, and for others you have to work through all of the illusions that are cast at you. You have to work through your fears in order to see them clearly. And then there's some that you just take them away. I can't. I don't. You can't. It will turn you into. It could turn you into a monster. It would turn you into the very monster that this person was to you. Um, mm. And I mean, like, to your core. You would essentially have to, like, you would end up giving this person your soul. You would end up giving this person your soul if you were to dive too deeply into who this person has been or what they've done to you. So it's easier, yeah. It's easier to accept that whatever was hidden from you was hidden on purpose. Whatever you don't know and you don't see was for your benefit. Because that reality that you live with them, that reality of who they were, it cannot be. It will not be. Not for you and not for anybody else. Okay, it will never be again. You have a new beginning that you're being offered. And so you're ascending. You're ascending. And this person knows that. And they're attacking you. Why? Because they want justice for what they feel that you've done to them that was like revenge, because they cannot see themselves. They don't see themselves. They don't see how that was a reckoning. It was a reckoning. It was a balancing of the scales. It was justice. They cannot see that. All they see is your grievance. So they're attacking you. So you know what happens? You receive their power and authority. You receive their gifts. You receive their abilities. They have forfeited their godliness. They have forfeited their divine energy. These are karmics who will serve out. They will complete this lifetime in a karmic sentence. They will not be able to embody fully divine masculine or feminine energy. The most they can do is attack other people. They may still attack you and get a bit of your glow, but it's temporary. It's so temporary. And the quicker you realize and the quicker you snatch your energy back, the quicker you detach. Because like I said, for some of you, you have children with this person, which is how they're able to continuously reroute themselves to you. Because usually when you're done with somebody, you're done. Okay, they don't, what are you talking about in my energy, taking my energy? Nobody does that to me. But when you have a child, they have an open door. And your child does not have the same grievances against them that you do. So they will open the door for them when you don't. And they will let them in when you don't. Not knowing, okay? Not knowing that this person is trying to attack you. Not knowing what this person's intentions are. Not knowing how this person feels about you. They don't know. They don't know. Because that's not their reality. That's your separate reality with their parent. Somebody could be okay for your child, but they could be, yeah. And I never thought that was a possibility, but that's the truth. Somebody can be okay for your child, but your child will let you know if they are okay or not. If they don't want to deal with them, they're not okay for anybody. But if they do want to deal with them, they're okay for them. They're not okay for you, though. Especially if they have not accepted responsibility and they have not, because them forgiving you is what actually releases them. They could take their karma into their own hands, but they choose not to because they want to pretend that they never deserved anything. That anything that happened with you, they try to change the whole storyline. So they're trying to live a lie. And this is why you keep getting it, like their foul keeps landing on your table. Their foul keeps landing in your life. You keep receiving the clarity that you need to make up your mind, that you need to see this person for who the fuck they are. And you have to essentially spit on their fucking grave again and again and again. You keep getting it. And you want to try to, because this is the Queen of Cups in you. It's got to be a way that it could be better. Hey, baby, good morning. It's got to be a way that it can be better. Ain't no way. I got to be able to see it better. You will when this person is better. When they are better, then you'll be able to see better. If you can't see the better, it's because it's not there. So you have to learn to not care. And their karma will go to them naturally. Sometimes it'll come through you, but you will know not what you do. You're just being you, but you're being your fullest expression of self, and you are walking karma. You are karma. So that's why God let you hit the ground, because otherwise you would have never dealt this karma out, and they were due. But anyway, all right, my baby's woke. Let's get a couple more and wrap this energy up and send it on its way. What else here? Anything else, Spirit? Happy endings. That's how this ends. Oh wow. Happy endings. And yeah, you will become the devil in someone's life. You will become the devil in someone's life. You will have your foot on someone's neck. Not because you intend to, not because that's where you're focused, not because that's what you're trying to do, but because you are accepting this initiation into your divine energy. And your throne, where it sits, it naturally sits above karmic sentences. So your thrones create a boundary or a barrier to the karmic world, the karmic timeline. So they will always feel now inferior to you. So yeah, people will act a little shifty or a little wonky until they're ready to submit. But right now you have people who are stuck with addictions. Some of them have addictions to you and your energy. They're focused on physical things, what you have, what they don't have. They're comparing themselves to you. They're trapped in bondage, dependency, discontentment, powerlessness, limitations, restrictions. So they're angry. They're angry, and they do feel like they are indebted or they have to serve you in some way, but know that they're not happy about it, okay? But this may have not been what you wanted for yourself, but this is what, excuse me, this is what God has given to you because you follow his guidance. You follow God's guidance. Your heavenly Father, you got one. You got one. You got a heavenly daddy. And this star is your guidance to your rebirth. And your rebirth creates you as a God on earth, which is a fallen angel, which is the devil. So in the higher realms, you're divine, masculine, and feminine. But if you hit the ground, these people are demons and you're the devil now. It's just, I don't know. It's life. It's life. The devil is an angel. They hit the ground. Because he had something to do in his own house, outside of God's house. When he was in heaven, that's God's house. God gets all the glory. God makes all the rules. If you want to do your own thing, you're going to have to get down there on the ground. You can't be God in God's house, but you can go do God on your own, on this land. You can go do that because you were made in his image. Of course you can. So. What? What you saw? What you see? You saw an angel? Yep. You did? Yep. It just flew? Yep. I didn't see it. I would love to see an angel. I love it if you do. I did have a spiritual awakening experience where I couldn't see what it was, but I had asked God to make himself known to me and make himself real to me, and I had a vision as if he like pried open. It was like a presence, but it like pried open the ceiling and was like, okay, you asked, I'm real. And I was like, oh my God. So, all right, y'all. Whew. I'm done. That was good because it was a lot of excess energy. We don't need that. If it's going to be excess energy in here, it's going to be all good. Yes. Your Roblox, I know. You got to go brush your teeth and you can get your Roblox, okay? Yep. All right. Yeah, it's time for breakfast. It feel like a Sunday. Feel like a Sunday. I think we're gonna have grits and sausage today. Or I'm gonna have sausage. We're gonna have some grits and toast and eggs. Alright, y'all. I'm in love with your souls. Oh, you No, I told you about that. You just woke up. You still got drool in the side of your mouth. We not doing that. I washed my face and brushed my teeth before I came to this table.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, go brush your teeth.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. You so cute, but you know, look, they can't handle raw. You slept good last night. You deserve that sleep. So ain't nothing wrong with it, but go clean it up. All right, y'all. I will see you, I don't know. See you when I see you. Cheers. I'm in love with your souls. Peace.